Let me show you guys how to balance any gimbal in just under 3 minutes. Alright guys, so we have 3 key motors on the gimbal. One is the pan motor, one is the roll motor, and one is the tilt motor. Step number 1, unlock your roll motor and set it up to 90 degrees and lock it up. So it looks like that. Then unlock your tilt motor and set that downwards and lock it again. So it's locked in place. Then take your quick release plate and screw it onto your camera. And then you take your quick release loading plate and put that onto your gimbal, which slides like so. Now you take your camera with the quick release plate and just slide it in so it fits perfectly. Make sure to lock your quick release plate with this knob in the back here. Next step, unlock your tilt axis, but make sure to hold your camera in case it slides down. And as you can see, the camera is pointing downwards. Alright, so step number 1, you got to balance this camera horizontally. So raise it up and now slide the camera gently backwards until it stays horizontally, which is right there. And now make sure to lock it into position like so. And now you need to make sure the camera is balanced on the vertical position. So point it upwards, hold it, untighten this screw here and start to slide the camera and see where it stays. As you can see, it's still falling down, so I'll move it back a bit. There we go. Now the camera is perfectly there, balanced. And now I tighten up the screw. Now, the first test that needs to be done is to check if the camera is still balanced horizontally. If not, you may need to make minor adjustments. So it's balanced vertically. Now when I put it horizontal and let go, it goes up. That means it's not balanced yet. So now put it back on the horizontal position, unlock your plate and start to move it until it stays. There we go. And lock it up again. And now put it back up. As you see, it stays and it stays. So we're good to go on the tilt axis. Second step, now we need to do the roll axis. So let's unlock it. Again, make sure you hold your camera. That way it doesn't start to swing around. As you can see, when I let go, the camera just swings to the right. Step number 1, I'll bring it back up. I'll untighten the screw here. And because the camera is swinging to the right, I'm going to push it to the left until it stops swaying to the right. There we go, guys. Now this is balanced on the roll axis as well, but there's a couple of tests we need to do. Now I'm going to tighten up the screw. And now I need to make sure that it's still balanced on the tilt axis. So let me point it upwards, it stays. Let me point it downwards, it stays. And if I turn it this way, it stays. And if I turn it left side, it stays. So now the tilt and the roll is perfect. The next step is the pan axis. I'm going to unlock my gimbal and I'm going to grab it and tilt it to one side. As you can see, the gimbal rotated towards the right. So now I'll unscrew my screw here, slide the plate back a bit, tighten it up again, and again, I'll tilt it. It's still moving towards the right. So I got to unscrew it a bit more, tighten it up again. And now I'm going to tilt my gimbal forward again. As you can see, the gimbal is staying fully stable. On any axis that I turn the gimbal, it's staying very stable. There might be very minor movements, but this is good enough. My arm is kind of hurting now. But that's how you balance your gimbal. One final step is you always need to calibrate your gimbal electronically through the gimbal itself. So you power your gimbal on. This is how you do it on the DJI RSC 2. If you have a different gimbal, it's going to be different. And you click the dial mode and you will go auto tune, start. And the gimbal is going to do its thing. In 3, 2, 1. And that's it, guys. And now you have a perfectly stable gimbal. On any direction, the motors are not taking a beating. It's perfectly balanced in under 3 minutes.